Good day. This is the Grumpy Baker. So Valentine's is around the corner, and all you nice people are going to be spending lots of money for nothing. A made-up holiday. And I'm curious. So women's rights and women's lib and all this shit, I get. I understand. So how come we have to buy the flowers? Why don't you buy them for us? How come we got to buy the chocolates, pull out your chair, pay for supper on the first date? So what happened to equality? But it is equality when the women want something. It's, how come you didn't pull out my chair? Oh, you only bought me 6 chocolates instead of 24? Oh, you only got me 6 roses instead of 24. I understand my whole life, since I'm probably older than a lot of my viewers, never mind. Anyway, we're going to get to the baking. So today we're making a pumpernickel. Okay, I lost track of what I was trying to say. I was rudely interrupted by a woman. Whoa, what do you expect, eh? So, we're going to make a pumpernickel bread today. It's very easy. It has a lot of ingredients, but it's a healthier bread. It's using a rye flour and multigrain and cornmeal and molasses and chocolate, and it's very good. So, let's get started. So, it's 2 cups of warm milk. Make sure it's warm. I had a little hot, and I had to let it cool down. That's why I thought I'd spew a little bit before I got interrupted. Then it is 2.5 teaspoons of yeast, like we always do. You put the yeast in the bread, in the warm water or milk. This is milk this time. Okay. Same thing. You let it dissolve a little bit and change, and it will start to foam. So you got to give it a couple of minutes to foam. Then we will be adding the brown sugar, which I forgot, but I'm sure we will look for it while I'm doing this. So it only takes a couple of minutes, about a minute or so, for the yeast to start to activate. It takes a little longer with milk than warm water. So for the brown sugar, we'll have 2.5 tablespoons, which is right here. Thank you. So now that the yeast is activated a little, we add everything. So you put in 2 cups of warm milk, which is already in there, 2 teaspoons of the active yeast, which is already in there. So now you put the flour, which is 3.25 cups of flour. I put in 2.25 cups of bread flour and 1 cup of multigrain flour. It'll give it a bit more strength, okay? Then the rye flour. Rye flour is 1.5 cups of rye flour. Then the cornmeal, which is 1/4 cup of cornmeal. Then the brown sugar. Well, you can add it almost any way you want, or you can prepare it all in one thing and then add the wet to the dry. It's up to you. I do it this way because it's easier to show you. Then it's 4 tablespoons of cocoa, 3 tablespoons of dark molasses, which is fantastic. So this bread doesn't have a lot of sugar, and it doesn't have any refined sugar. And 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, whichever one you prefer. Okay, and salt. 2 teaspoons of salt. Yes, I know. I've been baking a long time. I know what 2 teaspoons sort of looks like. Then you do the big thing and you mix it all together. Now this dough, once it's mixed, you will have to knead it a bit. Okay? You can't get around it on that because it does need to be kneaded. You know, just like most people on Valentine's Day, they all need to be kneaded too. So, but it's a different type of knead, I guess. You know, if you notice that the dough is a little dry, don't be afraid to add a little bit of warm water. Just warm out of the tap. It doesn't have to be hot, cold, just warm. And it's just enough so that everything mixes together. Okay? That was probably about 2 tablespoons. You want your dough to be wet, but not like soaked, like some of my other recipes. Then, once you have it mixed in so that the dough is sort of mixed together, and I'll show you in a second. Just like so. See, it's just mixed together, and you know, so now make sure your table is clean, your hands are clean, whatever is clean, and now you're going to knead it. Now, it'll be a little sticky at the start, so if it is, get some flour. I didn't get any extra flour either. So I'm not as well prepared as I thought I would be. But my assistant will get me some flour. A little bit of flour just helps you knead it so that your hands don't get all sticky like mine just did. Okay, it's just a little dusting. Put a bit on the table. There we go. See, and that brings it together. Then see, just that little bit of flour. There, I'll move that so everybody can see. Just helped enough just to make it so you can knead it. Make sure you get it all. It'll only take a couple of minutes. It doesn't take long. And that's pretty well it. So that has to sit for about an hour. This is a heavier dough. It's going to take a little more time to proof. So I will see you when this is finally proofed and ready to go to stage 2. So we're back for the second part. Now it seems that I never got to finish my spiel that I started. See, it's not that I have any problem with women and their rights. I love the fact that they make the same money and all of that, which is fine. But here's my problem. Okay? My main problem is you guys pick, some women pick what they want to have equal rights on. Okay? Some women, they want equal rights, but we still want you to open the door, pay the meals, be the main breadwinner, blah, blah, blah. Well, so that's called shelving, if you ask me. You pick out of the shelf what you like, and what you don't like, well, that's different. You argue on that. Now, just say, so I'm in the mall the other week, and there's a woman walking down the aisle. She sees this guy walking with his son. He's about 9 years old. Cute little guy. And the woman goes up to him and goes, "Oh, is he ever cute? Oh my God, he's going to be a heartbreaker when he gets older." And he smiles, the dad smiles. As she's walking away, she goes, "You better be careful. I'll come back for you in 10 years when you're old enough." Now, if a guy walked up to a woman with an 9-year-old girl and said, "Oh, isn't she cute? Oh, she's going to be a heartbreaker. Oh, I'll be back for you in 10 years. He wouldn't make it out of the mall alive. Not even to the next door. So, women, you want the same rights? That's cool. I got no problem. Hey, I'll open the door for you. I'll let you on top in the bedroom. I don't give a shit. Okay? But stop on the internet. Here's another example. These young women with their legs up and their everything out to view. Now, if a guy did that, they would arrest him. So, I don't understand. Now, I'm just an old fart who believes that women should have the same rights, but I would still treat them the way I always do. I'd open the door. I'd pay for the meal. Whatever they want. I understand that. So, stop bitching. Anyways, now that we are... So I thought I would finish my thought from earlier, just to give you an idea of what I think, which doesn't mean shit, really. It's just my opinion. So, as you can see, it looks very good. It proofed up nice. It's big. So now we have to put it in a pan or on a rack or however you would like to make it. You can put it in a grease pan and make it into a loaf. You can put it on a straight tray, oven tray, make it round so that it turns out like this. Whichever way you want. Me, I like to put it in this, which goes in the oven sometimes. So what I would do is take parchment paper. My assistant will grab for me because I forgot again. Don't worry. See, this is what happens when you're old. You forget things. Okay? So, what I would do is, I'll show you, don't worry. Oh, by the way, your oven should be at 375. Okay? For the baking parts. So, what I do instead of spraying the pan is I take parchment paper like this to make sort of a four-cornered, like so. Then I take the dough out of the pan. Now, you can flatten it out. Don't flatten it a lot. This is a different type of dough. Okay? Then you just start molding it again round. You can, excuse me, you can mold it any way you want. You can go like this, okay? You can do whatever you want. Me, I've just been a baker for so long that that's the other way I do it. You set it in the middle, you take the paper, you put it in the pan, and that's it. You let it, now it has to proof for an hour again. So what I do is just put the lid on and leave it. Now the reason the first one, I really didn't have to wait an hour, about 40 minutes, it came up enough. So this one, it will have to be an hour because you really need it to come up. And the temperature is 375 for about 45 minutes to almost an hour. You judge how dark you want it. After 45 minutes, 50 minutes, it's pretty well baked. But some people like it a little darker. Now, if you put it on a square pan, now you can brush it with water or oil on top just to give it a little crust. That's up to you. But if you put it on a flat pan, not in a bread pan, just an ordinary flat pan, put a piece of tin foil over it after a half hour. Let it bake in the oven with nothing for a half hour. Then the last 15 to 30 minutes, or how long you want, take tin foil, build a bridge over it. Try not to lay it on it. Just take it out of the oven, take some tin foil, put it over top. Put it back in, like fold it down to the sides of the pan. Put it back in the oven, it'll stop it from burning. Because without a lid on it, it will sort of get very dark. Same thing if you put it in just a bread pan. After a half an hour, if you don't have a lid for it, put it over tin foil and let it bake and finish with tin foil over top. And it'll turn out beautifully perfect. Anyways, so that's the second stage. And we will be back when it is time to put it in the oven. So we're back, and this is the bread. It just came out of the oven. Ooh, that's hot, so I'll put it on there. And that is her. Whoa, almost lost that bitch right on the floor. Anyways, so that is at 375 for about 45 to an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And sometimes it cracks, which is fine. Like I said, it's a beautiful recipe. It turns out nice. It's dark. It's beautiful. So, and it smells fantastic. I would cut it open, but this type of bread, you should let cool at least for a half hour before you cut it, because it is a heavier bread, so it will sort of squish together as you try to slice it hot. It's not like white bread. Anyways, that's all I got to say about women, and that's all I got to say about bread. And there always is that old saying. It says, happy wife, happy life, or the other way around. Anyways, goodbye.